congratulations. Can you put into words how disappointed you are right now?
Look, it was emotional in there. Rock bottom, very despondent. Looking back at the game we played with way too much nervous energy. We were sloppy in possession, a lot of mistakes, too many turnovers for us, and we cost ourselves in that. I thought we started the first 3 minutes, we did start quite well. We got a couple of set plays. Jordan's got just on the inside of him. I'd like to have took another touch and possibly backed himself to have a shot. He's gone for the cross. Didn't really materialise into anything on the back end of that. And after that, we played the occasion and not the game. We were just way too sloppy in possession.
And it all unravelled in the first 10 minutes of the second half, the goal and then the red card. What was your view on both of those incidents?
Yeah, look, the goal, it comes from, I think, a little bit more communication, and the ball goes straight through to Rob, but we end up forcing it, and then we end up giving a throw away, the break line for us. We square on inside the 6-yard box, and McCallum does what he does. In the clips before the game, spoke about where he is, always mid to the back end of the goal, and he's just nipped in front of Kells. Look, it's disappointing on that, and obviously the red card. I think, with all respect to others, his touch probably summed up the afternoon. He ended up every touch committing to the tackle, chasing his tackle, because he's come on there, tried to do something for the team and help the club to go forward, and he's just ended up too much enthusiastic to go chase his touch, to say. And look, he committed to it. I've not seen it since, so I can't really say whether it was a straight red or not.
How do you assess the season as a whole? Ultimately, disappointment at the last. Looking at it as a whole, how do you view it?
There's massive progression, isn't there, from when we came in last season? Complete rebuild. Knew it was going to take time. You don't miss out on one game. You miss out over the course of the season. The two big games for me that stick out are Dagenham at home, 2-0 up. In control of a football match, not making the right decision in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Sloppy play, that, and down at Eastleigh. 1-0 up, comfortable, seeing the goal out, and an absolute horrendous decision by a referee to give a penalty. I've had it confirmed off the Referees Association that it should have been a penalty. 2 points down at there, makes a hell of a lot of difference to the league table. Look, on that side it is what it is, so there's massive disappointment, but as I said, there's been a big progression. As budget looks at, you could probably look at the National League and say the top 15 teams, we won't be in there with the budget. As a football club, we are. We're by far one of the biggest teams in the division. The likes of Stockport, Ross County, Chesterfield, etc. The fan base, the size of the club, finances for this season, nowhere near. So we've done our best. Look, we've had players out there today. Look, they wouldn't even be on minimum wage if we worked out that. So I can't fault the effort that the players have given, and to stay mentally switched on and focused up until the last game of the season. A week of changing room would have fell apart a few weeks ago. I've had players in asking about the future. I've not been able to give straight answers, to say any clarity on anything. For them to keep going, it speaks volumes about the team's character in there.
You know, 8th for this club is not good enough. The fans want more. How do you be better next season? What will next season look like? Have you had a chance to talk to the owners?
Look, I've had no conversation with the owners. As I said, no one knows where we stand as a group. That's myself, the players, my staff, everything. There's been no communication. We don't know. So what will happen over the next few days will happen. Do I think as a change room and as a group, is it a million miles away? No, I'd say if we added maybe 3-4 starters in all the positions, looked at trying to recruit them in January. We couldn't get the ones that we're looking at, and that I proposed to try and get. But look, at the end of the day, we've ended up going with a Supporters Trust budget, and it's where we are now.
Do you see yourself being here next season? Because you mentioned your own future there.
I don't know. As I said, would I like to be here and be given the opportunity when next season this football club has to compete for top spot with the finances that it's got. Anything else, that top spot, then or second and third to be into the semi-finals. That's what this football club has to look at. As I said, we're just a few players short, and that probably showed today.
But do you want to be here? Do you want to have the challenge with potentially a bigger budget to try and go and get top spot?
Look. In this second, I don't want to make it about me. But I took on the club twice, relegation, threatened the season I've took it on, done my own recruitment, brought my own players in. We've drilled them, they've been organised, they've been disciplined. This season we've been effective. I think we're in the top 5 for goal scorers this season. So look, would I like to give me that opportunity? Yeah, of course I would, because as I said, it's a great change room. They give me absolutely everything. A couple of extra additions, And I mean, big players to go in there, make a difference. I'm not too far off.
And last one for me, I know you don't want to make it all about you, but whilst we don't know what the manager's future is, he sort of decides the playing squad. You need to get this resolved sooner rather than later, don't
Look,
you?
that's the conversation that needs to be had. The owners will make a decision what they feels right for their football club. But when I've got players coming into my office asking what's happening, and I can see the fear and the concern in their eyes, but to still keep going, even down to 10 men, the character that they showed, they kept going, and we nearly nicked something towards the end. Look, I can't speak highly enough in the changing room. As I said, I've got a lot of players concerned about the futures, etc. I've got staff members. There's answers I can't give. There's players at the football club who've got the option in their favour to still be here for next season. And they're concerned what's going to happen because there's a togetherness in the changing room, and these players who've got the option to be here, they want to know what's happening with the football club to go forward. If it's going to get ripped up, it's whether they'd exercise that option. That's what they've told me.
Thanks for your time, Dean. Commiserations.
No worries, cheers.